Hi, everybody. This is Lowell with another thought about creativity and particularly music creativity, but it doesn't have to be only for music. And this is a really simple thought, but it's very powerful. And that is to um, let the music or let what you're creating grow out of itself. And it's just a technique that I use to help myself not get stuck. And a lot of people, I've heard of people talking about writer's block or getting stuck in terms of not knowing where to go or that type of thing. What I always do, I've never had a problem like that. Um, what I do is once I have that seed idea, that original inspired idea, pardon me, then I'll take that idea and just roll it around in my mind and think about it for a while. And it's amazing to me, but it always wants to jump out of itself to um, the next iteration, the next stage of the artistic flow. And so, what I do, and it's just real simple, but I'll take a melody and I've got maybe two measures of a melody that let's say that was an inspired thing that I woke up at 3 a.m. to write down with sleep in my eyes. And then I, later in the next day, I'll look at that and say, well, what am I going to do with that? And so I'll just start from the beginning of those two bars and play it through in my imagination. Nothing happens. And then I'll start, do it again, start from the beginning, play it again through my imagination. And much like practicing an instrument. And so um, what ends up happening is that, maybe this third or fourth time, I'll run it through from the beginning of that first measure to the end of the second measure. And all of a sudden it'll feel in my imagination, it just kind of, it moves forward out of itself. And it's very similar to a seed growing, much like we're gardening out here, and you have to be patient with the process, and you do your part to water it and all that. But the seed grows out of itself if you take care of it, and that's the process of meditation. Hebrew meditation we've talked about earlier is to revolve in the mind and to take that idea and to let it grow. Um, and then so it's just kind of jumped out of itself for three measures now. And so now I go back and run it through in my mind, in my imagination for those three measures, maybe do it a couple times, and then all of a sudden, maybe the fourth time, boom, it just pops out of itself. It's like it just wants to go to this other place. And that's just giving your imagination, is giving your subconscious a way to connect to the material and to sense, a new direction. Now, I mean, a lot of times for me, I start writing and it just, it flows and I don't have to do all that. But sometimes I just have a small idea and I just want it to take that small idea and work it into um, something that I hadn't anticipated. And I've never gotten stuck. And it's just a very simple little tool that can help you in your creative process.